about that. But there are a multitude of boxes that have to be checked before you proceed with the creation of a TERS. And what everybody needs to remember is that the dollars that are already coming in those TERS are going to stay with the city. But if you don't have any prospect of new development, the whole issue of creating a TERS is if we do focused capital development, will it generate more dollars? If you can't see either a mechanism for doing capital development or a way to do capital development that generates more dollars, there's no reason to create a TERS because they have no impact on the city budget. They just sit there. And we've had a few TERSs that, for various reasons, have languished for some time, but are just beginning to come into their own as projects and developments move into those areas.
And I'm curious if you see this as creating an incentive. Take Upper Kirby, for instance. A lot of the work that it was created to do has been done. There's more project plans, but
every year council members have the opportunity to review the project plans and reauthorize the TERS. And every year, all those district council members understand that monies that are tied up in a TERS in a particular district are not monies that are available in their district. So everything we do down here is a balance of competing interests.
I'm not asking so much about that, though, is even in districts, TERSs like that in some sense have completed their work, there is now an incentive to leave them in place because disbanding them would not actually benefit the general fund. Is that a concern for you that in that sense?
And I think I just answered that you could disband a TERS and create another one someplace else. So it's not necessarily that we would create TERSs and let them drift on in perpetuity. There has to be a set of project plans that make sense for the city of Houston.
Briefly, could you explain the amendments to Section 46, Item 23, just what happened and what had to be fixed and how that...
You're talking about the taxi and limo ordinance?
Yeah, right.
We are one of the few major cities in America that had previously allowed salvage title vehicles to be used as vehicles for hire. We do not believe that that is appropriate or necessarily safe in the long run for the traveling public. Although those salvage title vehicles have had to meet the same standards as other vehicles for hire. When we did the rewrite, we were very clear from the first meeting that we were going to do away with the use of salvage vehicles as vehicles for hire, but we had intended to put in a transition period for those companies that had already purchased vehicles or had vehicles coming online, because we didn't want to have an undue financial burden on those companies. And essentially what we've done is grandfathered existing companies. As those vehicles reach the end of their service life, they'll come off and they won't be allowed to do it again.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay.